Welcome to 2 Cents Worth. I am your host, Ryan DeFaber. Today, we're going to be talking taking L's, losses, but still persevering and being a champ. That's what I like to call it. Taking an L, but still being a champ. A few things where I've been taking a couple L's recently and just working through it and persevering and not giving up. Basically, that's it. How to take an L and not give up. Damn it, like that. My fucking microphone just smashed my face. There's an L for you. Jesus Christ. That's awesome. Perfect, right? Take an L, persevere. Hit me in the face, I keep going. All right. So recently, Lindsay and I got back from our anniversary trip in Charleston, and the Airbnb we stayed at in Kiowa was fantastic. Had a great bathroom. Our bathroom, we've redone basically this house in the last 9 years. Redone almost every room. The one room we've neglected is our master bathroom. It is straight out of the 90s. The house was built in 98. It is straight from 1998. So we got back. We're going to do a full remodel, full blow it out, build the whole thing, change it everything. Well, right now we're not going to do that this year. There's other areas of the house that we're going to focus on. We're going to redo our kitchen countertops and things like that in the new year. That's our Christmas present to each other. So we're like, you know what? I said, let me spend a couple $100, maybe $1,000, and let me update the bathroom. We're not going to redo the bathroom. I'm not going to rip anything out. I just want to update it. The only thing I ripped out is the floor, and I'm going to take this huge mirror out and put 2 mirrors instead. That's what we're going to do, right? So it's updating the bathroom, okay? Well, during this update, this microphone is really just on my nerves today. You just don't want to behave. There we go. So redoing the floor. I thankfully am handy enough. I grew up with a very handy father, and it was very helpful for me and a lot of the things that we've done in this house to save money. Put all the new hardwoods in, put all the new tile in the kitchen in, the backsplash in the kitchen, painting, the baseboards, redid the boys' bathroom, updated the boys' bathroom. Let's not say redid. Basically, painted the cabinets, changed the light fixtures out, put all new fans in the house, all that stuff. Right? I'm a handy guy, which is helpful. Worked in commercial construction for 4 years out of my professional career. So I'm a handy guy, right? So I'm like, all right, let me update the bathroom. And right now where I'm taking an L in the bathroom is there's just one tile, and it's in the middle of the fucking floor, and it won't get level. I have replaced it 3 times. I've put new thin set down. I've scraped thin set off. I've redone everything. Well, I'm taking an L right now, but I'm going to persevere, and I'm going to finally get this thing right. I'm determined, because what's happening is that once it settles, I put the grout in, and once we start walking on it, it starts moving, which means it's not settled, which means there's not enough thin set on one side or the other, and it's moving back and forth. I put a level on it this morning. It is level, but obviously there's not enough thin set on either side. So I have to fix that, right? And it's trial and error. It's been taking me forever, and I put grout down on it twice, and then the grout starts cracking. We're like, oh man, the tile's moving again. So I've talked to Pete about it, because Pete used to do flooring, and obviously he flips houses and now builds new construction, and he's like, yep, pile on the thin set, just pile it on. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to take an L on this one, but I have been taking an L on it. But what I'm not doing is I'm not giving up. I still have 2 tiles left from the original batch that I bought. I still am determined to make this thing look good. I'm not going to do a half-ass job. I'm not going to take the L on this, even though currently I am. I'm taking the L. But what I'm doing is I'm working towards the completion, the finish line, and making sure that I'm not going to take the L throughout the whole project and give up. Because if it was in the corner or maybe behind the toilet or whatever, maybe I would and be like, oh, we can live with it because no one really walks on it. No. If I'm going to do the job, I'm going to do it right. So right now I'm taking the L on it, just like I'm taking an L on this microphone that's really on my nerves because it's like in my face. I put the... God, I haven't used it in so long, I can't even remember what the hell it's called. But basically, the mesh over it. So the pop. So last episode I listened to it, and I was like, "Pah, pah, pah," like in the microphone because I hadn't been using the mesh. Well, now I'm using it, the pop screen. So hopefully it'll be better sounding for you guys for when you're listening. But it's like literally up in my grill, and I'm like leaning back in my office chair, trying not to have it in there. But I also want to make sure I have good audio for you guys. I want it to look. It's not a professional podcast, but I want to make it sound good for you all, and I'm not killing your radios. Anyways, so I'm taking the L on this thing. There's other things right now, right? This week in general, just taking some L's on some things. Decker. It's his birthday. It was his birthday yesterday. We were celebrating. It's awesome. But prior to that, he's been coughing. Oh, do we have kennel cough? Do we have this? Do we have that? Finally, this Sunday, he was up like he was up most of Friday night, most of Saturday night, just coughing. I was like, look, Lindsay, I'm not waiting until Monday to maybe get a vet appointment. So I called Urgent Vet, or I set up a vet appointment with Urgent Vet. Just like urgent care for kids and adults, they now have an urgent care for dogs, which is great. So Urgent Care Vet in Ballantyne, I highly recommend them. They were great. It was quick. It was just like urgent care. You set an appointment time. So I went on their website, 10:40 in the morning, Sunday morning. They're open on Sundays. Boom, awesome. Took him there, walked right in within 15 minutes. They basically told me what he had. He has an upper respiratory infection. Not kennel cough, but an upper respiratory infection. Apparently it's going around with dogs. So if your dog is coughing and whatnot, go check them out. Go. If you're in the Charlotte area, go check out Urgent Vet. They have a couple locations. I'm sure they have locations across the country. I think it's just a national brand. But anyways, so taking an L on that. Like the dog is coughing. We're kind of like, oh, well, let it work itself out. He's a dog. Bronx never really got sick like that. He never had colds. Obviously, towards the end of his life, he had diabetes and everything else that an older dog starts to get. Deaf, blind, incontinence, whatever. Like he just had it all, right? So I don't want to let that happen to my 2-year-old dog, Decker. So we take Decker to the vet. He gets antibiotics and cough medicine, basically, and it's all pill form. Well, here's where the L starts coming in. One, I'm taking an L because the dog is sick. But I'm taking an L also because he's sick and he's coughing, and he basically, just like any of us, when we're coughing and we don't feel good, what don't we want to really do is eat. So the only way he can take his antibiotic is if he eats. Well, for the first day, basically all day Sunday, he didn't eat. My dog is a grazer to begin with. Like when we put him out on, when we go and board him, when we go on vacation, like the first couple times, Pet Paradise called us and they're like, he's not really eating a lot of his food. And we're like, well, yeah, we leave it out and he just kind of picks at it when he needs to. I don't know if they do that. They might just like bring it out to him and then pull it back if he hadn't ate it in the morning, in the afternoon, whatever. So finally they figured that out, and I'm like, just put a little wet food in there or something to entice him, maybe a treat or whatever, and he'll eat. So for the first day on Sunday, I'm like, I want to get the antibiotics in him. I want this to start working. Well, he didn't eat all day Sunday. So I'm like, I can't give him the antibiotic because he's just going to basically throw it up. So I'm still taking the L on this dog. So finally on Monday, I was like, look, this dog's got to eat. I think it was like late morning. I'm like, I got to figure out a way to get this dog to eat his food. He doesn't want to eat it. Obviously, his throat hurts, whatnot. So started cutting up carrots in it, and that's what I've been doing for the whole week, and things are starting to look better. He's not coughing as much, whatnot. This morning, he coughed so much that he threw up his breakfast with his antibiotic in it, and I'm just like, oh, dude, like I can't get a W with you right now. Like, just as things are getting better, boom, he throws up his antibiotic. I'm like, well, there's a waste of medicine. I'm not going to dig through your throw up to try and find it to give it back to you. So taking the L on that, but I'm still pushing through. We're going to get him all his meds. We're not going to stop until he is better. But that's the thing, right? Like in life, we take L's. It's how you continue to push forward. There's a couple people on my team right now at work. They're going to remain nameless, but they're taking some L's right now in their life. And talking to them, I'm like, look, like, the great thing is that you are still pushing forward through this. You're not going to let this, you're not going to take that L. You're going to persevere through it. You're going to be able to live through it. It's going to make you stronger, and you're going to get to that finish line. That's the thing for me, right? It's like, look, man, like I'm going to take some L's. We're all going to take some L's. you know, with our friendships, with our families, with our own personal stuff, business, whatever it might be. Another example for me right now is Bears Den Gym. I'm taking some L's on Bears Den Gym. And this isn't a plea to anybody to go buy my stuff. Believe me, I promise you. Like, again, this is more of a side hustle. If it works, great. I'm going to put the effort towards it. If it doesn't, in a couple years, I'll kind of just roll it off and give it up. It's not a problem. I just wanted to try it, right? And I'm a year in, and it is not as successful as I thought it was going to be. I thought initially when I first made the first 25 shirts and most people bought them, I only had a couple left, and then I sent them to some people to kind of just expand the brand and get some brand awareness. I thought maybe, it was gonna expand and blow up. I haven't made a sale in a while. And when I mean a while, I mean probably, if I look, it's probably been my last order that I haven't ordered myself, right? If you guys follow me on social media, you see that I do. I purchase my own stuff. I get my own samples, which I do have to pay for. But I get my own samples to make sure that I like it and that, you all would like it. If I like wearing it, I would think that everyone else would like wearing it. Let me see. I'm on my Shopify account. My last order was July 15th. It's the end of September. So 2.5 months, right? So I'm kind of taking an L on Bears Den Gym right now. And it's nothing that, it's not that I'm not trying. It's not that it's not getting out to people. But at the same time, I have so much other stuff going on. I talk about this all the time in the podcast. I have family. I have 2 very active kids. I have a dog. I'm married. I have experiences that I want to do, right? Vacations, golf trips. I have hobbies, working out, hence Bears Den Gym, golf. I work a full-time job. I travel for work, right? So there's all these things. And, so I put as much effort as I can into the business, but I obviously don't have 40 hours or 50 hours dedicated to the business to expand, to reach out to other people, to do collaborations, those types of things. That will be the next phase, right? If things don't start picking up a little bit, I'll definitely start looking to do some collaborations, get out of my comfort zone a little bit and start reaching out to people that might be above where I'm at, might be starting out where I was at last year and, trying to expand that way to get people more noticeable to the brand, those types of things, right? So what I'm not going to do is give up. Like I said, this is a couple-year plan. I'm not going to just give up after a year. I'm not going to give up the fact that I haven't made a sale in 2 months. That's okay, right? Because the fun part is for me in this is the chase and the determination to make sure that I don't fail because I gave up. If I fail, it's because, hey, I've been trying, I've been putting in the effort, I've been doing this. People just don't want to buy the stuff. And at that point, I'll be okay with it because then I'll be like, hey, you know what? I tried it. It was fun. Cool thing to do, but maybe the people just didn't buy into the brand or the designs or anything like that. So I'm okay with it, right? So what I'm saying here for this, and this is going to be a quick one, is when you're taking L's, keep working through it. Don't let the L's get you down. They are going to get you down. They're going to beat you up a little bit, and I understand that, but just keep your eye on the finish line. Understand that things are being put in your life because you're able to handle them. You might not feel that way in the moment, but you are able to handle them. There's nothing that's been put in your life that you cannot handle. There's always tomorrow. There's always the finish line. Don't give up. Don't let people around you tell you to give up. Continue to work towards the finish line. The finish line is getting through that L and being a champ. Be a champ. I love being a champ. I tell people all the time, like everyone's like, why? How do you not give a fuck about what people think about you? I'm like, because most people don't know me. And 2, if they do know me and they don't like me, that's their fucking problem because this is who I am inside of work and outside of work. Like what you get from Ryan DeFaber is who I am as a person. And if you don't like that, I am totally good with it. That doesn't fucking bother me because I'm going to be around people that do like it. So taking L's in that phase too, it's like, well, I can't believe that you can deal with the fact that people don't like you. Yeah, I'm okay with it because I'm sure there's people out there that I don't like. And I'm sure they're definitely okay with me not liking them because it doesn't bother them either. Like, don't let people around you tell you that it's okay to take an L and to give up. Don't give up. Keep working through those L's. Keep dealing with it. And little minor L's too, like I'm talking about, like a tile not setting in my bathroom. It's driving me fucking crazy. You know when I started this bathroom model? Over a month ago. And this one fucking tile will not sit properly. But I'm not giving up on it. I'm not just going to sit there and be like, you know what, fuck it. We're just going to live with a shitty tile that the grout crack, or not the grout. The grout. The grout's cracking on it. No, fuck that. It's going to get right and it's going to look good. Because that's my determination to make sure that I'm going to push through the L. The Bears Den Gym stuff, I'm going to keep pushing it. I'm going to keep pushing it on my social media. I'm going to keep making new designs. Right now I'm going through a logo redesign with a guy. I'm paying him, right? So I'm also putting money towards the company as well to continue to try and brand it and to make it something that, hey, maybe the logo today isn't what people, want to put on and wear. So I'm going to try. I'm looking to try and change it, make it more minimal, make it more of a symbol per se, like, how Under Armour, how Nike, how have those have a symbol that's recognizable. That is what I want to try and make Bears Den Gym, so I don't have to put, it Bears Den Gym across something. I can put like a symbol and that represents Bears Den Gym and people can recognize that. So what I'm telling you today is it's okay to take L's. You got to keep pushing through the L's. The dog, the tile, life, marriage, friendships, work, whatever it is, right? My advice to everybody, and I had this conversation again yesterday with someone from work, and I don't take this lightly. I take it as a compliment. I take it as, I'm doing the right thing. This person right now is taking a couple L's in their life. And, what they told me at the end of the conversation was they were so thankful for my understanding. They're thankful that I am their boss and that I am empathetic to them and that I am extremely helpful. And I even told them, I said, look, I can't help you get through these L's. All I can do is kind of be your support anytime you need it or just somebody to talk to. And she said, you're doing more than you think you are. And that's what I appreciate. And I appreciate you as my boss. And I appreciate you for the fact that, you might not think you're doing a lot, but you are. And that's what I appreciate. So I'm helping them as well. So help those people around you that are taking those L's. Be empathetic to them, ask them what they need. Ask them to just be a listening ear if you need it. But push through the L's, be a champ at the end of it. And when I say be a champ, it's that you got through it and you've moved on and it's in your rear view. I'm going to get this tile right. It's going to look good. I'm going to move on. I'm going to sit there in a year from now looking at the floor and going, I didn't give up. It looks good. The bathroom still looks good. It's updated enough. We're in good shape. That's it for today. Work through your L's. Work towards the finish line. Be a champ. Support the movement. 2 cents worth podcast. BearsDenGym.com. Ryan.DeFaber at Instagram if you want to follow me. I appreciate everyone listening. Have a great day.